here today for the Junior Hockey Network Hockey Show with Fort Francis Laker coach Wayne Strachan. How are you today, Wayne?
I'm good, Jay. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Can you talk a little bit on February 9th, you played Thunder Bay and were shut out 4-0, and then on the 10th and 11th you were in English River, and unfortunately you fell 5-4 and 7-3. Can you talk about those three games first?
Sure, Jay. I guess the first game against Thunder Bay just didn't have any puck luck. I thought for the most part we played pretty hard, and through the first period, kind of. And I know I said this the past when we've played them, but I thought we started off great, and then they kind of took over momentum after a power play opportunity we had, and obviously get out to the lead, and we just didn't respond from there. And we had some good opportunities in the second period, and Brandon Bodner either came up big or we just didn't get that bounce we needed to maybe get us going, and pucks banging off our players into their players, and then just hitting Brandon in net, and they get a goal where it deflects off our stick and goes high in the air, and nobody knows where the puck is, and lands in the back of the net. So not a lot of puck luck. They're playing well, getting good goaltending, and when that happens, teams have success. And it was a tough game for us to get going. And in through the weekend, on the road in Red Lake against some minors, Saturday I thought we played a very good game. Thought we worked hard, kept it simple, did a lot of things we needed to do right to have success. And on the flip side of things, I felt that we didn't play strong hockey with the lead, and we had the lead more than once throughout the hockey game. And we took some unnecessarily or bad penalties in the third period that allowed them to kind of stick with it. And obviously, I think they had 3 power play goals through the game. And then, we're on the power play at the end of the game, and just an unfortunate situation where our goaltender plays the puck and goes right to one of their guys, who's able to fire the puck in the open net with about 25 or 27 seconds left in the hockey game to kind of ice it on us. Not going to say we deserved to win, but we definitely played hard and had the opportunity to come away with 2 points in that hockey game. And then the next day, they come out fired up, kind of in our face, and I don't think we responded well to that. I think we fell into that type of game, and let our emotions get the best of us, and we didn't stay composed and focus on what we wanted to accomplish. And I think it rattled us early, through the first period, and a bit. We were definitely in the hockey game, but as the game progressed, I think fatigue played a big factor in our mental decisions, and we didn't defend like we needed to, or like we had through the first game and into the first part of the second game. So obviously 3 tough losses, and 3 losses we didn't want to see, and 2 against English River, the team we're trying to catch. That makes it even harder on us to get to that 4th place mark. So all we can do is continue to move past this weekend and get ready for our next 3 games.
And like you say, in the second game, Fort Francis native affiliate player James Guselak had 2 goals. Can you talk a little bit about James' performance in those 3 games?
Well, James, I think, has maybe found his comfort level at this level. He's been with us now the better part of a month, I guess, and you could just see that in his game. He was more comfortable carrying the puck. He was playing to his strengths and skating like he's capable of skating. And he's a young guy, but he's has high hockey IQ and understands the game. And if he plays with speed and confidence in carrying the puck and working with his line mates, he's going to be able to have success. And Saturday night's perfect example. Even on his first goal, he took a pretty tough hit right at their blue line, but gets right back up and is able to get the puck and make a nice play to the net to score. And then his second goal, he's going hard to the net and just a nice play across to him that he buries. And again, that's what he's capable of doing, and hopefully as the season progresses, he does as well, and gets a little more confidence behind him, and can contribute to helping the team.
And like you say, you got quite a busy week in the next 7 days. Like you say, on Wednesday you head to Holt Lakes to meet the Iron Rangers, and then the 16th you got English River at home, and the 17th Dryden at home, and then Minnesota back at home. The next 4 games, and again, you always want a W, but what do you guys need to do to get a few of those W's in the next 4 games?
Well, I guess it's not going to be easy playing. I think we play 4 games in 6 nights, and our bench isn't going to get any bigger by the looks of it from guys that are injured. But obviously the game Wednesday and Monday against the Iron Rangers is huge. Almost must-win situations to continue to help our growth as a hockey team, and obviously Friday with the minors coming back, we definitely want to have success. That's a potential our first round matchup. If the standings, which they look like, will kind of remain the same in the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions, and so we need to feel good about ourselves playing against them and gain some confidence. I think we've only beat them once this year, and obviously be nice to we play them, I think, 4 in a row at home now to end the season, and it'd be nice to get some wins at home for sure, but get some confidence and know that we can have success against this team heading into the playoffs if they are a first-round opponent.
Now, in the next 2.5 weeks, you have 6 games left in the regular season, and then only 2 on the road. Does that benefit you guys at all heading into the postseason?
Normally, you think it would, but I think more. I think we've played better on the road this year. I haven't really compared records or record-wise, but it just seems that we get off that bus and we're more focused to play, and we've played some of our better games on the road this year. Obviously, that's going to have to come into effect in the playoffs, anyways, because we're not going to have home ice probably for any round of the playoffs, and but we need to make it a lot harder at home for teams to come in and play against us, and obviously have that fear factor that we'll know we have to go to Fort Francis, and they're playing well in their building, and so we need to obviously take advantage of that situation. I think we play now with our remaining games. We have 9 at home and just the 3 on the road. So you know. We have to make the most of those 9 games and get some confidence walking out onto the ice every night in our own rink.
Now, like you say, the way the standings looks right now, you're probably going to face English River in the first round of playoffs. And like you say, you guys have played well against them this season, a lot of close games. But what is that, like say, finishing factor that you guys have to do to overcome the Miners?
I think we need to understand that they work hard and they work hard for 60 minutes, and if we can't match that intensity, then that's what makes it hard on us to compete against them. And every time they go out on the ice, they have a sole mission to outwork whomever they're up against, and throughout the hockey game, and they do that well. They're effective at it, and the biggest thing for us is to play to our strengths. Obviously, it'd be nice to have a full and healthy lineup at some point here before the end of the season closes out, to get some flow through the lines and some rhythm, and get some chemistry back together for the players, and just not to, I guess, have that fatigue factor set in at almost every game that we've played through the second half, and obviously, like I said, we play to our strengths, and I think our strengths are playing with the puck and keeping things simple, not turning it over, and trying to keep the game 5-on-5 as much as we can to help our cause and stay away from special team situations. So we know it's not going to be an easy task. They're a very proven team, obviously with over 20 wins and beating some of the top teams on more than one occasion. So we'll take the next 4 games against them to try and work some things out that we need to against them, and obviously hope for the best once the playoffs come around, and anything can happen in the playoffs. Hot goalie, just outworking your opponent and getting timely breaks. So we'll see what we can do.
And in sports, but in hockey, a lot of times we hear rookie and veteran, and I guess for yourself, you're a veteran of junior A hockey as a coach. You've been around for quite a while. For second straight season, the Lakers have looks like you're heading into the postseason, finishing 5th in the standings. As a coach, is it a little discouraging? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I'll admit it's tough, I guess. It's definitely not where I envisioned us being and wanted to be, but it is what it is now, and we need to surge ahead. And it's not that I'm accepting it or want to be in this position, but we are here, and I've looked at obviously a lot of things to try and get out of this position, or make the guys understand that I think we are a better team than what we've shown and obviously proven. But I can express that, and I can care and look for ways to help the team or make us better. But all in all, it has to come out of the dressing room, and those guys need to want it. And come playoff time, it's a new season. Nothing that happened throughout the regular season or transpired means anything. And if you put your mind to it and have that will and mentality that you're going to win hockey games. That's part of the battle, and they all have the physical ability to compete at this level and have success. They just need to come together as a one unit and want it together. And there's no better feeling in hockey, and some of our guys in the dressing room have felt the winning atmosphere and obviously winning a championship, and we need to rely on them to bring that mentality. And as a coach, once playoff time comes around, we coach a little differently, and obviously the aspect of winning is at a high at that time, and if you can instill that in your players and get them to believe that and care about what they do to help the team, then you never know what can happen.
And that's exactly it. And you talk about any sport, but especially hockey. And when you're dealing with 16 to 20-year-olds, depends who's walking into the dressing room that day, depending on how their day went and everything else. And like you say, they got a lot going on, but again, it's something you have 20 players in your dressing room that can succeed and can take it to the next level if they want, right?
For sure, and they wouldn't be here if they didn't have the ability or some kind of role with the team, and if every guy understood that, I guess, and we have a saying in our room that it's a quote from Marc Messier, and it just talks about whether you play 3 minutes or 20 minutes in a hockey game, you have a role, and every time you go on the ice, you have to play to that role, and it's about the team, not about individual egos, and I think we need to get past that. And this is probably the toughest year as a coach and I know the atmosphere of losing isn't great, but we've had a lot of egos throughout the year, and whether it's guys leaving the team because of ice time or whatnot, they need to realize that it's not just about them, and they're part of a team, and when they're on the ice, they have to contribute to the team, and now because of those egos and I'll call it selfishness, we're in a tough spot player-wise, and some of the guys in our room even need to realize that it's not just about them, it's about the 20 guys on the ice and what they can accomplish together, and from my aspect, I don't care who scores the goals, and I don't care who gets the points. I just want to defend well, and at the end of the night, hopefully we get 2 points, or in the playoffs, hopefully we get more wins than the other team to advance, and that's going to be, I guess, the coach's mindset is we're going to walk in confident into the playoffs, whether we have 11 wins or 20 wins, and it doesn't matter, like I said, what we've accomplished during the regular season. It matters what we do game one and what we bring through the first playoff series to want to succeed and try and win a championship. And we're going to be definitely underdogs, or a lot of teams are going to count us out, or a lot of people are going to count us out, but hopefully things come together at the right time and you can find that success.
And that's exactly, again, as I guess say adults and the way we look at it, and been around hockey long enough, where you still have the final game, final games of the season, but the postseason is a brand new season. It doesn't matter where you finish in the standings. It's a brand new season, and it's just, when you walk through that door, the first game of playoffs, you started as a new season, and anything can happen, right?
For sure, and I'm not comparing us to Coburg last year, but they get bounced in I believe the semifinal round of their playoffs. They're off for a better part of a month, and they win the RBC. So that's a proof right there that if you can get yourself motivated and ready for big game situations, and we need to start that Wednesday night. We have to start playing playoff hockey right now to get ourselves ready, and anything can happen. Like I said, if you put your mind to it, and that's kind of the situation we're in. We got a better part of a month to play 12 games, and that needs to prepare us for game one, whether it's March 20th or 21st or however it works out to be. But that's got to be our motivation right now.
And like you mentioned about Coburg, it just just to reminisce for a second, is one of your former players got the winning goal in that game. Let's just say to give them the championship last year.
Yeah, Nick Minerva. And actually, I was talking with Nick through the tournament, and he was pretty pumped about their chances. And obviously, when I was up fishing, when I heard he scored the game winner in OT, so very proud of him. And obviously, he was one of our probably our best players ever to play in a Laker uniform. And especially a top defenseman that we've had, and a guy who understood how to win, and maybe a guy that wasn't always liked by teammates and his methods, but definitely a guy when he put his skates on wanted to win hockey games and help the team. So it was good to see, and obviously. Good to know that we can help a player further his development and get the opportunity to play in a situation like he did and have the chance to win a championship.
And to just touch base with Nick, like when he played for you guys or when he played for Coburg, he wasn't one. And for players out there, he wasn't a flashy defenseman. You really didn't know who he was, but on the ice, he did his job, and like say he was a blue collar player, and you get rewarded sometimes, right?
For sure, he never like you said he always didn't stand out in hockey games. But if you looked at the score sheet, he was involved in some manner, and I think the last year he played with us, he was well over a plus 50 for the team, and so he definitely did his job in both ends, and a guy that got rewarded for his hard work.
Well, Wayne, thank you very much, and hopefully we can do this next week on Monday morning and talk about a few W's in the win column.
Oh, that would be great. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.
Thanks.